Ethan is what I would call a bit of a goofy goober recently, right? A bit of a wingding, a bit of a ding dong, kind of. And I'm gonna go here out on a limb and say, kind of a dip. Ethan Klein is the host of the H3H3 podcast and the once great host of H3H3 Productions. Made skits, purpose-built skits YouTube channel from like the golden age of YouTube e-celebs becoming a fucking thing. At the time, he was like a cool, that's generous. He was one of the better creators overall in a landscape that was dominated by like very often sexist or racist prank videos. Like, if you guys remember the prank videos. So he came up in a target-rich environment that kind of like depleted itself around him as, you know, everybody kind of that agreed with him. Yeah, this content sucks and it's cringe. Started watching stuff like he had. And then sort of when Ethan Klein ran out of people to punch up at because he surpassed them, the beginning of the end of his career started. Really. We were talking about it in my Discord yesterday, which you could join. The link is as always in the episode description down below. About where the like real falling off point was, and people gave different opinions. People said the height of H3H3 was Vape Nation. The height of H3H3 was really even maybe before that. I said my death point where I was like, oh, there is something there's something stinks in Denmark or whatever the fuck you're supposed to. I can't remember that quote. Whatever the fuck. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. But basically, like, right around when Post Malone stopped taking his calls, and it was like, oh yeah, and then Post Malone had to come out and like, yo, no, man, like, I don't hate you, and then he was just like, I'm never, like, stop fucking trying to call me out for not talking to you anymore. And Ethan had that like, aw. And then after that, like, Ethan basically started to have, you know, podcast hosts, people beside him. You know, when there was the transition after the Matt Haas lawsuit or whatever, there was a lawsuit over, you know, copyright infringement, whatever the fuck. And Ethan won. Very cool. Great job. We're proud of you. But then I think they got spooked out of making original content. They switched over to the podcast, which was a good idea because it was the podcasting era. It really was like, you know, right before, I think it really was like right before COVID and stuff, like 2018, 2019, maybe even earlier. Who gives a fuck about the timeline, honestly? But there's the original H3H3 podcast, which looked like every other fucking room podcast, and that shit sucked. That shit was ass. And I stopped watching him. Anybody that likes that podcast, I think you have a fucking, like, a diminished sense of taste. That shit was fucking ass, bro. I don't know how to tell you that in a nicer way. I watched Ethan Klein for him doing, like, we got to put on our cringe suits, Ela, and look at this guy. And it was that sort of shit, right? After that, it was like, Ethan Klein is in drama every fucking day. And I don't give a fuck about it. You know what I mean? I think I actually watched the Bill Burr, Ethan Klein. I saw that on the, cause I was still listening to podcasts all the time. And, you know, it was the Monday morning on Thursday night, the lovely Nia podcast. So my wife just went like, somewhere in the house. Sherry's Berries. Let me tell you about my good friends at Casper Mattress. Look, I don't have to tell you, okay? You go to sleep, you try to fall asleep, all right? But you can't. Why? Because your mattress is made out of matchsticks and old rat shit and a bunch of who the fuck knows? I'll tell you how you fix that. Our good friends over at the Casper Mattress have fixed with hex grid foam technology. They have created a mattress surpassing all mattresses that have come before. So if you want to sleep, okay, listen. If you want to sleep better, Go buy a fucking Casper mattress and use code Monday morning. Why did they should have used my name. Why the fuck? They should have used my, what, Monday morning? Who uses that? What the fuck? Use code Monday morning. Easy to remember. Not too many words. Use code Monday morning at checkout to save yourself 15%. Okay, thank you. Look, what I want to talk about today. 2 days ago, I was smoking cigars. I know I'm not supposed to, but I did. I was into that shit. Dude, he's fucking chitter-chatting, right? Like, Tyler, you like to yap. Yes! And I like people that do yap. I fill the space that other people can't fill because they're fucking boring. That's how it is. But my dude yapped. He was a yapper. Yap King, Yap God, fucking Bill Burr. They brought him on H3, and I was like, damn, when you actually have to compare, because this is really like the moment mainstream and online really started to merge was that mid-late 2000s. You had Jimmy Kimmel doing fake viral pranks that were a little bit sexist, very misogynist. Look at this dumb bitch trying to twerk on a door. The actions of a whore have caught her aflame. Look as she burns, ladies and gentlemen of the viewing audience. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe. It started to merge. And having to see someone of what we'll just say Ethan's caliber near someone that's an actual fucking stand-up. The guy that did the 10 minutes in Philly, or 15 minutes in Philly, whatever. You got 5 fucking minutes! You know what I mean? Completely different fucking vibe. And having them interact with each other, Ethan's trying to do like, oh, wacky, yaka, bullshit. Like, all right, what is this? Are you not prepared? I got things to do today, man. Can we get to the next segment? You know, like, eating him alive. And it broke fucking Ethan Klein's brain. And honestly, I was just like, damn, I ain't gotta watch this shit no more. If you can't hang on a fucking basic bitch podcast with fucking Bill Burr will like literally do the whole thing for you. You know what I mean? Like if you see Conan O'Brien bring on Bill Burr, he's like, Conan's just gonna sit there and go, you did? Wow. Really? No way. Okay. All right. That's okay. Thank you, Bill. And then it's like 15 minutes of the funniest fucking skit you've seen on late night television. Whereas, you know, you got Ethan's over here like, bro, can you hit the soundboard again? Can you fucking hit the sound? Please, Dan, can we hit the soundboard? You gotta have, like, it's incessant. There needs to be a meme. You know RM Brown? Okay, RM Brown is a lefty creator. He makes little, like, it feels like a live stream, but it's edited videos, right? He's got a soundboard. I think it's poopy. You know, whatever the hell. He's got that. RM Brown, there needs to be a fucking meme edit where it's him doing the Omni-Man thing and pointing over his shoulder to the entire cast of H3H3. Like, look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power. Because everything that RM Brown does in an average show, it takes H3H3 Productions, a crew of like 10, to fucking get almost as half as funny. And it's insanity, dude. Like, it is unironically not a good show. I'm sorry if that fucking crushes you, but like, it is hard to watch. It's boring as fuck. Ethan is not like a smart guy. So, you know, you're not going to get any of the smart guy shit, right? And he's cultivated a dumb fuck audience because he's peeled away everybody else. You know, he's a little drama hound. And so you're kind of just left with this wacky, like, AM, FM radio dude. But he's not playing music at all. So you're just listening to, like, all of the, like, in between the songs you actually want to hear. Like, he's supposed to be a delivery device for advertisements and interviews that he doesn't have between songs he can't play. It's, you know, I should be hearing fucking, I got another confession to make. You know, I'm no fool. And that's all, yeah, we get done with that. All right, yeah. That was, wow, that was fucking, forgot, Foo Fighters. That was, Foo Fighters, you know, you do the, like, oh, everybody, we're back at the studio now. We have 5 minutes with this person. You got clean, clip down, short as humanly fucking possible. interview with somebody, maybe 5-10 minutes. All right, we're going to be back in another 5 minutes. Don't forget to stop down. Go to our website, h3h3.com for tickets. You can enter to win tickets to the Nickelback concert. I know, Nickelback's no good, but it's the Nickelback concert this weekend. Go ahead, h3h3.com. Like, it should be that, but he doesn't have that. So you just have to pay attention to him for like fucking 2 hours. and Hila. And like, God bless Hila, whatever the fuck. I know everyone hates her now. She's a terrorist, whatever. Even before that, it's like, all right, Hila's participating, and I respect that. I don't understand half the fucking words she says, and she's got a very slow, monotonous delivery, but God bless Hila. You know what I mean? I'm glad she's a part of something. That's cool. She makes clothes now? Very cool. Good. Good for you. But then you got now you got an expanded cast of characters I don't give a fuck about. Everyone else, no, the crew is great. They're fucking, blah, blah, they're all creators in their own right. I don't fucking give a shit. Fucking give me a good show. You know what I mean? Just let me fucking experience comedy without you having to fucking explain it, which is the case with fucking H3H3 fans every time. Oh, dude, did you not get the joke? No, I didn't, because it's not funny. The number of times that I didn't laugh should be indicative that fucking set sucked. It was ass. It was boogers fucking comedy. It sucked. All right? When you need that many like key shaking, attention grabbing fucking soundboard, waka waka, bam bam, fucking, I'm not a fucking terrorist. Weaselly little liar, dude. It's just the fuck, like, oh, hello, baby. Huh? Oh, little baby. You know, like trying to fucking snap you back into paying attention and shit. Like, that's no good, man. That's the whole fucking thing. I'm like, it's like watching a dude pull a parachute that keeps falling off, and then people hand him additional parachutes that just keep not working as he plummets toward the fucking ground. A series of fucking stopgaps to keep this fucking show together. All right, so it's no surprise to me that he's like collapsing at all times, but also we live in America and he made his money and closed the door behind him. You know what I mean? He had the old like, hey, no more racism, friends. We're done. Not quite as hard as the fucking Dubs did it, but you know, now Ethan is an anti-bad, don't say the naughties kind of type dude. You know, he's very like anti-Semitic. He's very like anti-Semitic. He's an anti-Semitism warrior because of Israel-Palestine and I don't know. His former co-host Trisha Paytas fucked his brother-in-law because she's a Jewish fetishist. Whatever the fuck that means. I was like, is this real? This isn't drama. This is actually happening. Okay, so your cringe family shit is now on main. It's part of the... Okay, cool. Damn, Trisha Paytas fucking got your ass. And then the next person was also just, you know, Hasan Abi, right? And now we're getting to a point where everyone's starting to go like, fuck, that nuke was actually dog shit. And it's also weird that you can actually literally isolate a group of people that starts with Nicholas Diorio at the top and leaks down through him of people that just kind of pointlessly were fucking glazing that dog shit nuke. And now everybody's having their responses. And it's like, oh no, yeah, that nuke was incorrect. Facts were wrong. I guess he doesn't really care. Did you know he also does a bunch of this stuff? Wow, it's like he doesn't give a shit. Everyone else pointing out the exact same stuff I was pointing out when it comes out. Like, you have to add something new. Otherwise, it's just you making an edited video of stuff you have been relentlessly complaining about for months and that I have heard personally for years. You know what I mean? So it's ass content, and it has been for a long time. The only reason most people know what the fuck H3H3 is up to these days is because they intentionally and unintentionally cause drama around themselves at all times, right? And so now what they've done is kind of put people who are supporting them in a corner of having to be pro-lawsuit. Actually, the people who are the most like, oh, fucking dude, it's another lol shoot, you know, oh God, we shouldn't be like doxing people or naming them or dragging them into court. All of that subsection of the internet is now stuck supporting two people in this immediate week. Ethan fucking Klein, who is getting ready, as we'll see here, to sue some fucking Reddit mods. which I, which is wild. I don't know. Like, he's just gonna sue some Reddit mods, and then you got Daniel Green's getting ready to fucking pop one off and fucking Naomi King. So we're coming out, man. We're coming out. Doxing, using lawyers to hunt down people, but you know, you got to be fucking successful, white-ish at least guy. And it's fucking bonkers, man. It's really like causing these massive rifts, because you always get to a point in the grift, right, where you have to make strong statements to make the grift work, and eventually you'll be stuck. And if you also just get by on hypocrisy arguments and like moral purity, which unironically, a lot of commentary is up, they're moral purists. It's just their own version of morals. You get stuck into a point where it's like, okay, so you don't care. So there is a gray line here, or a gray area here. There is no fucking solid line between okay and not okay. So like, kind of like when we retroactively think about it, it's actually was all over the place all the time. Interesting. You know what I mean? So the thing with fucking Ethan right now is he's causing a bunch of issues. One, subreddit H3 Snark is temporarily, semi-permanently, I have no idea, shut down. That announcement is a part of this, and there's just a series of other stuff going on. What I have here is a post from Foamy, the Cultural Zeitgeist Archives, 4.4 million members, which I've never seen this site before, so don't get too excited. Let's see. Gotta log in there. Yeah. Okay, cool. So basically, yeah, he's ass mad that he is getting, in the nicest terms, obliterated, mass gaslit, I think is the way that he said it. Let me see. I think I have actually some. Is it in YouTube drama? That we have some of these screenshots, because I want to get to these actually first, and then we'll check it out. Yeah. Thank you. Based mocks, and that's Foamy. Okay, yeah. So last night or yesterday, in a general sense, Ethan Klein was fucking. He posts to his Instagram story, so like stuff stays up for a bit and then it comes down. So like, you'll like, if you go to his actual website, it's like, or his actual Instagram, it's ancient shit, but now he's like constantly like vague posting or posting like in his stories a bunch. I don't know if he makes money off of it because of that or whatever, but it's very funny and extremely weird. This is the story of a girl. Sorry. I am not going to have these linked, but they're pretty much up everywhere, because this is just, the links that I have to these are just on my Discord, so I don't think that's going to work very well for people. Let me see if I just do this. There we go. Okay. So these are the Instagram stories he was putting out, which I don't know if that's like, I feel like that's extremely boomer to use Instagram stories if you're not like an e-thought or something. I feel like that's the only people that use those. I don't fucking use Instagram. I haven't used Instagram since they stopped making you have everything be a square. I was like, yeah. Once it got integrated into Facebook and like just shit it up, and nope, I'm good. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is H3H3 Productions. It won't save you scumbags from what's coming. I can't wait for your family, friends, work, and school to know what you've been up to, smiley face. Which is making fun of Ethan Klein. And engaging in anti-Semitism. We're using the new modern American dictionary version of anti-Semitism, which is not like you did anything Nazi-like or even actually engaged in any sort of negative behavior towards a Jewish person for being Jewish. You just did anything critical of Israel or a Jewish person who supports Israel, even if that Jewish person was doing something else. If you criticize Jewish people in the year of our Lord 2025, you are now anti-Semitic. You can throw up a full Roman salute or whatever have you. You can throw up the fucking old Nazi five finger, okay? Straight up, all the way out there, do the whole Hitler-y fuck this shit. You can do all that, right? As long as you were pro-Israel before, but now the new definition of anti-Semitism is you have criticized Israel. That's it. Or you've criticized anybody that is, relative to Israel, or you've criticized Israelis, or you've not wanted to like associate with Israel or Israelis because of the genocide that lasted for over a fucking year. And is going to restart. I cannot hammer that home enough. That is going to be restarted. Donald Trump is just literally saying he's going to ethnically cleanse Gaza himself to build hotels. He has surpassed normal racism and accomplished like Rocco's Modern Life villain of the week of the episode levels of fuck inanity. Like, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take all these little nasty creatures that are here and we're going to move them over there. And then we're going to build a big, beautiful hotel right here. Well, I don't know if you should do that. Where are they going to live? Well, they're not going to live here is what I'm telling you. There's great places to the north and to the south. There's water here, but I know that I've heard they can swim. They're going to figure it out is the most important thing. And you and people like you are going to be able to access 5-star accommodations anywhere in this little strip of land. Like it's a Rocco's Modern Life villain level of fucking, I don't know. I don't know, Heifer. I think this guy might be a Nazi. Well, no, Rocco. I saw him on Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan thinks he's nice. Joe Rogan's an idiot, Heifer. I can't do Filbert. Like, it's fucking insane, right? And if you're like, I don't like that shit, people are like, wow, it's crazy. Watch out, Auschwitz guard. Like, okay, buddy. Whatever, I'm done. I don't care. Okay, the word means nothing anymore. Fine. So that's probably what he's talking about here. Hey, H3 Snarkers, we're writing to let you know that the subreddit is going on break, effective immediately until further notice. Please keep an eye out for an announcement in the near future. We appreciate your patience and understanding. So, like, this is this whole little deal. This whole little fucking, this thing, right? And these guys are chilling out. There's snark subreddits, apparently. I do not fuck with Reddit. I don't. I still find Reddit cringe because I'm a fucking 4chan bigot. That's pretty much it. And like I'll get on Reddit and look at it and I'm just like, I think TikTok would be a better waste of my time. So I don't know about all this stuff, and it's not me like I literally just don't know. But from what I understand, there's snark like subreddits for every major community, right? Or something like that. The same way there's like Okay Buddy Vosh, Okay Buddy Destiny, Okay Buddy Hasan, there's Okay Buddy subreddit things for people as well that are like a they're a sort of like a commonality, like a universal aspect of how Reddit works. So you going after a snark subreddit for anything less than like murder is nuts, because like what in the fuck, are we all going to start going after them? And the answer is yes. This is the first rich kid to stand up and piss, or stand up and ask to piss in the classroom. Like, oh, okay. And then everyone wants to go. I said that this was going to start happening fucking 3-4 months ago. And now all of a sudden, like everybody's starting to fucking lawyer up and get litigious. And now I said like, oh, wait, you start seeing people asking for brigading and shit like here. And then no one calls it out. You're going to start seeing brigading everywhere. And then no one called out Saltman's fucking brigading. And people are like, actually, it's kind of based. There's actually no bad tactics against bad people. It's like, okay, war crimes. Yes. War crime mentality. Cool. Which at that point, it's like, well, I guess maybe we should all just get down in the mud and play like as dirty as possible, right? At that point, it's just trying to figure out how fucking further lower you can go than the next person and then still come out with profit. You know what I mean? So like this is where we're going. This is where the internet's going to be. in the next couple years. This is what you're going to see. You're going to see lawsuits. You're going to see slap suits. This is the direction. Because you have untalented rich people that are mad about getting made fun of. That's it. Which has always been the case, okay? Coal barons in West Virginia not wanting you to talk about a fucking mine collapse that they could have prevented. H3H3 being ass mad that people are doing to him what he did to get famous. But they were anti-Semitic. Okay, whiteface. Okay, fucking Ethan Klein. You're hanging out with Joji and everybody else and stuff, right? I don't see Joji coming out here trying to fucking shut everybody goddamn down. Joji's over here fucking suing people. Please stop showing me saying the N-word a bunch. You know what I mean? Like, you had all those fuckos on the platform. You did it too. Hanging out with everybody. We did a little... We did a little iDubbbz black and gay, but the other words posting back in the day. But now, like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Well, it's your ethnic group. We got to slow down. Oh, what? It's your whoa. Your ethnic group did a little wackadoo genocide, okay, and you don't want to hear about it. Whoa, okay, I'm sorry. We're about propriety now. You know what I mean? Like, bro. Fuck off, man. But this is where you're going to go, right? Untalented rich people that want to fucking just chatter and make money are going to close the doors. Whoops. Sorry, capitalism. You like it. This is what it is. This is capitalism. Rules for me and rules for thee. Or no, rules for thee and not for me. What the fuck did I just say that for? And this is what it's going to be, man. Dear Snark Mods, listen to this shit. You have one opportunity to save your ass. Contact us with information about your fellow mods and collaborators, and I will spare you in what's to come. This is your one and only chance. He's fucking President Sunday posting. This is the cringe shit this is supervillain fucking, next time, Captain Planet, you and your Planeteers. You'll have nothing. Oh my God. You have one opportunity to save your ass. He felt like a G when he was writing this. You know when you feel like a fucking gangster? You do a little bit. Everybody does a little villain posting now and then. Okay? He's doing a little Joker mode. We're going just a little sicko mode in here. Just a little sicko mode. Just a little crazy. I respect that, but this is the future, man. I said, you gotta come clean right now. You know what he's doing? You know what this is? It's Ethan Klein. This has got to be the thumbnail. Please, fucking thumbnailers or somebody make this note so that it goes through. It's him as fucking Gigantus or whatever his name is from fucking Mad Max 2, the Road Warrior or whatever. Just walk away. This is Ethan Klein, but just fat as shit in that fucking mask, standing on top of a fucking Mitsubishi, on top of a Mercedes. H3 Snark, we don't want your users. We do not want any of the mods. Hold on. H3 users, we do not want any of you to come to harm. We only want your mods and the content creators who made funny memes of me and my wife and said naughty things about me on your subreddit. Just walk away. No one has to die. Tell me the names of the other mods, the other collaborators. Put down your IP addresses and walk away. Just walk away. Oh no, if you do that, it's gonna be Hasan as as fucking Mad Max. Well, I mean, Hasan as Mel Gibson would be pretty fucking wild. Pretty fucking crazy that Tyler would make fun of me and then fucking bring up a movie where Mel Gibson. Well, yeah, Mel Gibson's pretty anti-Semitic. Mel Gibson, Can we get the Mel Gibson clip? I hope you get. Wow, that's this guy. Like that's the entire H3H. Wow, that was so anti-Semitic. A Mel Gibson movie back. Wow. And then you got his dumb fuck audience just seal clapping for the dumb shits, bro. Oh my god, bro. They're gonna get a cease and desist about their bad Yelp reviews of Dr. Ethan Klein. Why was that never addressed? Oh my god. What? No, I can't get on that. I can't get on that. Fuck me, bro. Just walk away. Tweaking. Oh, Mel Gibson is wild. Oh my god. 2 of the main mods are actually Trisha superfans. Ironic that they organized a harassment campaign to ruin my life for being a Zionist when Trisha is actually a Jewish supremacist and Moses has fought in combat for the IDF. Dude, the Destiny style of like acting smarter than you think you are, like Socratic dialogue, hyper focus on like outing. The whole point of it for the longest time, if you don't understand, the reason that the debate sphere existed the way that it did in 2016 to like 2021 was because there was crypto Nazis everywhere, right? And like fundamentalist Christian reactionaries who had hardline stances, whose entire personality was built on moral solidity or keeping secret aspects about themselves that they didn't want to cop to so that you would not kind of out them as like ultra racist. So in only those circumstances does the Socratic dialogue, oh, I don't know if you know this, but you're actually a hypocrite, work. Most other people go like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm imperfect. Because, like, that's how the world works. Like, you understand? So, you said you don't think that killing people is good, and yet you support shooting people that are shooting at other people. And you're like, yeah, man, duh. Like, half the arguments you can beat by, like, no, yeah. I don't know, sure, why not? I don't give a fuck. You're a hypocrite. Everybody is. Who gives a shit? I don't know. What does that change about the facts of the matter? And they're like, you get like shut down. That's where this comes from. And it has done unassailable damage to the fucking minds of like internet fucking shut-ins that are like, they pass this up because people see these videos. They don't like comment on them that are big. And they see how you win arguments against these other scrubs, but they don't understand why that was a win. Or like what? So they just think that if you make that happen again, that's like a win condition. You know what I mean? Like, I've proven something very big about you. Like, I don't know. Maybe they just like, hate you specifically. If I had to think why the people on the H3 Snark subreddit would like Trisha Paytas but hate you, you know what I mean? What do you think that is? It's like, a lot of hypocrisy here. You're saying a lot about Moses. He fought for the IDF. I didn't even know that. Just putting out information, by the way. And Trisha is a Jewish supremacist. Like, okay, no one cares. We're talking about you. Like, why are you trying to deflect? You know what I mean? I don't know if you understand this, but these Reddit mods are not morally consistent on their dislike of Zionists or whatever. It's such a a weird fucking thing to say. It is very 2021 hippy dippy debate era. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, got him. You know what I mean? Like type statement, like, whoa. But I guess if you're out there and you like watched him say that, or you're like, damn, or you see anybody who's reacting to this and they're like, that's a pretty good point. I don't think he's going to address that. That person is a grifter and you are a cuck for fucking watching them. Understand that about yourself. You're getting played, homie. You're getting fucking rolled, bro. This is the cringest shit. I don't know why you're mad at me. for doing the things that I specifically did, and you're focusing on me instead of someone else you could focus on instead. Like, please. It's always like, please stop focusing on the things that I'm doing. Like, I don't know anything about Trisha Paytas. She's not like immediately in my sphere. She doesn't have a show that is constantly being like thrown at me with people reacting to it. So like, I know what you're up to. It's just absolutely like, please be mean to Trisha instead of me. You've spent all of your free time since October 7th, 2023 in an effort to torture me, my wife, my family, my employees, my friends. You have defamed me, knowingly falsified images, broken laws, and interfered in my business. I like it when you gotta say what law. Nobody should ever have to endure this level of malicious harassment, and yet you have inflicted it on me and the people I love. It's like, you gotta read this. You've gotta read this and then just have Palestine superimposed in the background, like literally rubble. Like Ethan had a bad day, a very, very bad day. Did you know that Ethan Klein can't take a break from the internet? He's feeling very, very bad, and I feel very bad for him. He a hard worker. He worked really, really hard to HWH his podcast. But these people are mean to him. They are leftists, and they are communists, and they are very, very mean to him. Like, who the fuck is this kid playing Minecraft? I can't believe what they've been saying to Ethan Klein. It's almost like he's not rich. What, he could just walk off? Calm down. He lives on the internet. Motherfucker, bro. Let's see. Gaza flyover. Let's see. Let's see. We just compare. Thank you. AP, please. Thank you. Thank you, AP. Can we just say, I know that Ethan's been having a bad day. Since October 7th. Hold on. I'm going to put it up. This is his statement. I'm going to read it while this flyover is happening. I just want to see if you feel a certain way about it, okay? So this is the flyover happening. I'm going to mute it. You have spent all of your free time since October 7th, 2023 in an effort to torture me, my wife, my family, my employees, my friends. You have defamed me, knowingly falsified images, broken laws, and interfered in my business. Nobody should ever have to endure this level of malicious harassment, and yet you have inflicted it on me and people I love. You guys know me quite well, being longtime paying members. I hope that what proceeds won't jeopardize your membership as we look forward to and enjoy your continued patronage. Ethan had a really hard year. It was really hard for Ethan. I was playing Minecraft on a server where you need an invite. I'm a bit of a hacker. And we were listening to Ethan, and the things he said other people were saying about him, I don't think if it was real life, they would have the balls to say it into his face. Fucking H3H3 fans right now are killing me, homie. Killing me, man. Oh, God. There's another one. Open that tab back up. Okay, no. That one can't shut down. I'll be done with these ones. And so, like, also, Klein is upset. I'm not even going to bring these one up. We'll see those again, and then we're going to go through the fucking thing. But Ela's upset. This artist I wanted to collaborate with and decided I can't be associated with because I'm an Israeli. Decided I can't be associated with because I'm Israeli. I'm sorry, I can't be associated with this company. Thanks for the consideration. I don't think they said that you're Israeli, but now I do have to bring it up. Now I do have to put it on the screen. Okay. Frame side drop. Those are not on my end. This artist I wanted to collaborate with decided I can't be associated with because I'm Israeli. I'm sorry, I can't be associated with this company. Thanks for the consideration. I guess maybe right here it just says goddamn Jew or something. I don't know where you get because you're Israeli here. I followed him for years, always supported him, and have an original painting of his in my house. When we talk about how serious the rise in anti-Semitism, this is why it's scary for us. It's now so casual to just not want to associate with an Israeli just because I was born there. That's not anti-Semitism. That's anti-Israeli sentiment. It's because of the country, but like constantly drawing it back to like, no. You gotta understand, it's anti-Semitic to not want to fucking work aside people that are associated with a genocide. Like, it's the most reasonable thing in the history of mankind. Like, what's going on? Like, well, there was a genocide, and you guys took some pretty fucking psychotic stances once you got, like, knocked out of your comfort zone. Like, oh, shit, it got hard. It got hard for 5 seconds to be like, damn, you know, my proximity to this genocide is no good. And then you turned it into, like, a personal crusade against yourself, but you're like a super fucking rich person with a company that's been online having essentially no real like life struggles or difficulties. Oh, people say we don't have, but we do. It's not easy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. More money, more problems. Okay. Yeah. I've heard. Fuck off. Like, you're recession proof right now. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh fuck. I still remember one of the moments was like, I don't give a fuck about H3H3's problems anymore. Is they were like, people came to our house and were like doxed us and we had to move. And then they turned the camera and the fucking house is like a $1.5 million mansion or some shit. Like, who the fuck knows that? It's got a door that probably costs more than my car. You know what I mean? At the time, like, I was like, I don't give a fuck. Build a bigger fence. What the fuck are you talking about? Just build a fence in the front of the property. Build a big fucking wall so people can't see your house. What are you talking about? What the fuck? People doxed me and now I have to move again. I was in one of the nicest neighborhoods in Los Angeles. People said, we know where you live. I'm like, okay, first off, everybody gets doxed at some point. That's part of being on the fucking internet. Second, like, oh, you got to move again? You can move? Just so rich they don't even realize how little of a problem their problem is. Like, you just like you switched a fucking apartment. Like, you're out of your goddamn mind. What in the fuck? Go live out in the boonies. If you want people to never visit your fucking house, go get a house outside rural Lexington where the horse farms are. Okay? And get yourself a fucking warning system. At the outside, oh shit, somebody's on my property. It's going to take them a while to get here because my house is a mile away from the road. And then if you got a rifle, you're done. Okay, problem solved. Well, they crossed the no trespassing sign and it is shoot a motherfucker o'clock. So, chock. Time to go sit on the second story in my fucking prepared sniper perch and play fucking Plink the Trespasser. You know what I mean? Like, what, are you out of your fucking mind? Dipshit. See somebody, whoa, you have barbed wire. You can't have that shit. You live in a fucking nice neighborhood in LA with your stupid fucking little Adobe houses, whatever the fuck. Y'all stole the Spanish mission bullshit. Go into fucking sticks. You can have barbed wire fence. You can have a concertina wire fence. Ain't nobody coming past that. What happened? Oh yeah, we had some people there gonna come try to fuck with us. Yeah, what did happen? Like, oh, they got stuck in the concertina wire. They didn't know what it was, and then we found them in the morning. They were half dead from fucking exposure. It was pretty crazy. Like, they couldn't get out at all. Like, yeah, it's concertina wire. That's a good idea. Watch out, concertina wire, razor wire and shit. You got barbed wire. Like, what happened? They tried to get close. They couldn't. Why? Because the fence is made out of razor blades. Fuck. It's made out of fucking razor blades. You know what I mean? No, it's like, no, I want to have my cake and I want to eat it too. And I want you to never fucking complain about it or make life hard for me ever. Like, you just want more. Every fucking capitalist always wants more. It's what eventually happens. You get to a point where they're like, shit. I know I always told you guys I just want enough, right? And I was really thankful for what I got. But now that I have it, I realize that my life is kind of like boring and I want more, right? Like, I want to start a fight that I win just because I started it, not even because I was right. And like, I don't want to have to hear criticism of me. And I'm sick of the negative photoshops. And I'm a little bit miffed that when I log on, every comment about me is not nice. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's where you go. That's where you're getting. That's why fucking Elon Musk bought a whole platform. He was sick of paying taxes and being insulted. So he bought Twitter. And this is what you get, all right? And you're like, oh, well, I fucking like that Elon Musk did that. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, bro, it's going to be... You like it because you agree with each other now, right? They worked before. Her being Jewish wasn't an issue, but somehow an artist says he doesn't want to work with her anymore, and it's anti-Semitism. Yeah, dude, that shit is fucking cringe. Hey, man, Pop Smoke lost his life in Beverly Hills. Even yesterday, Ethan is on the show saying, I agree with it being a genocide, but he won't say it's Israel's fault and they're wholly to blame. It's mind-boggling the H3 viewers stay and agree with it. The point isn't just saying like, oh yeah, it's a genocide and you walk away. It's a genocide because it has to be. Understand, it will always be a genocide. Any military action between Israel and Palestine is part of an apartheid regime. It has to be. There's no like argument against it. Like, you have a Jewish ethno-state. Yes. How do you maintain it? I don't want to answer that question. I'll tell you how you maintain it, especially if you have Jewish people whose religion doesn't proselytize out. You just make sure you keep the population of non-Jews down. How do you do that? You fucking get rid of them. You make it uncomfortable for them to exist there. And if too many show up, you kick them the fuck out. Or you kill them and then... that's pretty much it. What should they even do it? It's an ethnic cleansing. You want the one ethnicity there? Yes. And there's another ethnicity there? Yes. Are they equal? In by what standard? Okay, so that means no. That was just a no. Can I just talk to you about 1965? No, you fucking idiot. I don't give a shit about the year after my dad was born and I'm 37. I don't fucking care. So they're not treated equally. So you have an apartheid, right? Oh, well, if you look at South Africa, I don't need to. I think the way that you react to that word is sufficiently proof for me. I think that's fine because you're dodging. You don't want to talk about the facts. So it's an apartheid, right? Can they all vote? Sure, yeah. And then you look at it like, oh, well, not really. Do they all have access to medicine? Well, we haven't knocked the buildings down. Do they all have access to equal education? Can you all get married? Do their people ever manage to get elected? Do you ever try to keep them away from voting or getting access to the C-suite of jobs in the area? Or when they do get to that C-suite, all of a sudden the company gets investigated and disappears off the face of the earth? No, nothing like that's ever happened unless you find 17 to 1,000 examples of solid proof with full court records and notarized, stamped, authorized documents. I will literally refuse to believe it, and I will move that goalpost again. Okay, so it's an apartheid. When your apartheid regime starts getting rid of the other part that they don't like by force, that's the physical part of the genocide, but also it's just kind of a genocide in general, right? You're just trying to culturally and ethnically annihilate those people so that they don't exist there anymore because you don't proselytize. So you can't, like the Arabs do or the Muslims do, make additional of them and grow your population. So you have to make sure that they stay gone, right? It's apartheid. It's genocide. You're doing an ethnic cleansing. It's an ethnic cleansing. That's it. Everything from the bottom to the top of your society is set up to facilitate the annihilation of Palestine, even if it's an otherwise benign thing. Oh, this children's show? Yeah, man, you're providing comfort and safety in a place that's trying to do the thing. You can't, if you have a military base, right? I was in the military base. I can't get ass mad because instead of taking out, someone mortars it, and instead of taking out the fucking guard post with the dude with the fucking machine gun in it, they miss and hit KBS or KBR and blow up the fucking chow hall. What was the chow hall doing? They were just serving food. In fact, at some point they've served food. Dude, it's all trying to facilitate the genocide. All of it from the top down. And so if you keep supporting it, you're supporting the genocide. You want the genocide to it has to. It's based. You know what I mean? From your perspective, it helps you have a Jewish ethno-state. That's how you have an ethno-state. Trust me, I'm German. This shit is... I'm American. You know what I mean? Like, we invented this fucking playbook. Like, we mastered it. Like, you're talking about just Jim Crow. You want me to call it Jim Crow instead? You got Jim Crow Palestine? The fuck? Goddamn. Y'all just fucking did Tulsa just every day for a fucking flat year and a half. You know what I mean? I wish both sides could just live together and in a just society. They could just stop having a fucking ethno-state propped up by foreign powers. The thing is you eventually will not have Jewish control of the area because you won't. It's why Jewish people don't control fucking anything except for that one place. And I guess like the island of Manhattan, you know what I mean? Because it's a non-increasing thing. They're not like Mormons. Mormons go out like, hey, we want more Mormons. We're gonna fucking like proselytize. We're gonna baptize. We're gonna fucking evangelize our religion outside and increase the size of our ethnicity by, you know, absorbing other ethnicities into it. They don't do that. Because whatever, it's based, but like you don't. So you can't grow. So eventually, literally, statistically speaking, you have to vanish because you'll intermarry. People will stop giving a fuck. Secularism increases, you know, as time goes on. And if you actually wait for talent, skill, proximity, the much larger Arab population in the area, if you give them free travel and the ability to move in and out of the area, like you'll intermarry, you'll intermingle, and eventually, yeah, your ethnicity will probably slowly but surely phase itself out of existence outside of a few enclaves that'll hang out for forever. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what's going to happen. It's instead of great replacement theory, it's like just a little bit. But like, you have to be propped up by external powers to exist that way. You have to have walls, and you have to have laws, de facto and de jure fucking mandates and prescriptions and like societal understandings of who people really are in order to fucking control your population and ensure that your population maintains racial purity. Like, that's what you're trying to maintain ethnic racial purity. How do you do that? Well, you get rid of the impure elements, which in this case is brown Palestinian filth. You know what I mean? Like, that's why people don't want to fucking hang out with you. That's why they don't like you. It's a fucking genocide. It's still a genocide. Actually. It was a physical ethnic cleansing through violence for like a year and a chunk, right? And now it's just still the same genocide that's been going on for forever, where you're trying to literally ethnically cleanse an area through intermittent violence, through elimination of access to services, through a slow but sure impingement on the ability of the population to ever rebuild after any trauma that you guys suffer. It's always their fault. And yeah, if people don't want to fucking work with you, it's the most reasonable thing ever. Iraq was not the best idea, obviously. Still, like, shout out to Israel for outdoing even the worst fucking possible idea of what could have happened in Iraq over like whatever it was, 13 or 14 years. And like anybody that came from Iraq was like, oh, well, you were like in the American military. I really just, I don't feel like I can associate with you or work with you because of okay, that's fine. Most reasonable thing ever. Like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to try to tell you like to not feel a certain way about the fucking Iraq war. You know, like what an uphill and pointless battle. That's only to make me feel good at best, which is what the thing is with Hila. It's like, yeah, man, you're from a place that fucking sucks. Yeah, it's kind of like being from fucking Germany in 1948, but also maybe Germany in 1932. People are like, I don't really want to do business with you. And then you notice that all the people that do want to do business with you are fucking real weird. You know what I mean? Like, now, well, they all say what they're going to say. Boycotts and divestments, all this. Boy, it's a bunch of bullpucky. Look, do you drink bourbon? You do? All right, I got a good bourbon for you. You have on that. I see your eye looking. Now, yeah, that is my caliper collection. That gold one right there was handed to me by a man who knew the real Gabino. If you don't know the name, you don't know the name. But I'll catch you up sometime. I got some literature for you to read. But I'll tell you, I'm happy to be in business with a like-minded individual. Not letting yourself get knocked astray by the woke mob, none of that stuff. And I'll tell you, do you smoke cigars? That's who you get to fucking work with now. You know what I mean? That's how I say it every time. You're going to know the company that you keep at the end. If I get up one day and it's like, what the fuck happened? Like, dude, nobody likes you. Like, why not? Well, you work with Kanye West again and again and again and again and again. And now everyone's like, why were you working with Kanye West when he was doing all that Nazi shit? And you're like, well, I needed a paycheck. Everyone's like, that bad? You know, it's reasonable. Like, yeah, it's going to probably fuck your fucking career up if you mess with that shit. Moreover, there are Jewish people in Palestine too. Crazy to call it anti-Semitism when they're also killing Jews in Gaza and the West Bank. Yeah, and there's a bunch of actual anti-Jewish versions of the religion inside of Judaism. Sectarian, I guess. Anti-sectarianism inside of Israel against like Jews that are like, it is a genocide. Motherfucker, you know? The amount of pedos that escape the U.S. to Israel is scary. Yeah, also. Like, there's a lot of people that can run away there. Yeah, the thing is everybody can get along, right? There's literally as many Jewish people, almost to the number, in Israel as there are in America, right? And yeah, there's anti-Semitism and stuff, and that's never going to go away because fucking psychos are psychos. But like, all the Jewish people are getting along here in general with almost every single other person. It's fine. So it's not an aspect of like some sort of crazy ultra racism that only happens to exist in the Middle East. Like, oh, no. I don't know if you understand these people, but they're savages, barely even human. I mean, like a Pocahontas ass fucking articulation for your political points. But no, like everyone that's over there that's pissed is pissed because fucking Israel sucks. It's a dog shit fucking country full of assholes that are killing people all the time. And constantly, very obviously to everyone in that region, and it's obvious as fuck to me too, intentionally maintaining the aspects of the conflict that allow them to overreact to issues. It keeps other people in jobs and it keeps them in jobs. You know what I mean? By like, okay, we're going to take out this terror cell in the stupidest way possible, in a way that's guaranteed to create more terrorists. We're going to fucking do a pager bombing of an entire country plus also some other countries where we just wound people. Children, women, we have no idea where these bombs are or how many of them are going to go off because it's just an undirected explosive attack. It's legitimately terrorism. And then all we need to do is have people defend it through the news cycle and then forget about it. And we wait because that's how you grow the seeds of terrorism. Like you just go, what? Now we have an 18-year-old with no dad or who grew up with a mom who's blind, just pissed off all the time. And then someone comes by, hey man, you need a job? What about taking an FN fall from 1972 and shooting at fucking Israeli settlers for like 3 or 4 weeks? Would you be down with that? And the guy's like, yeah, I would do that. I would do that. You know what I mean? And then you get to keep propagating the war forever. That's just literally how it works. That's how it works. That's why I was like, fucking, like, Lonerbox, read any sort of counter fucking insurgency manual before you say, like, wouldn't it be reasonable to assume? No. How about Mr. Reasonable to Assume sweeping for sex pests? Yeah, your reasonable assumptions really helped you figure out that all of that fucking crime was happening around you, right? Yeah. I mean, you're the dude that's gonna fucking notice some shit, huh? Oh my God. Ethan has been openly against Netanyahu and what he is doing, though. That is a trash fucking response. You always hear that. Nobody. This is okay. By the way, this is how you know you found a real genocide denialist, like the perfect one, right? The genocide denialist is not going to come out and say, no matter what we do, this is right, right? They never come out and say that, right? There's a few that are going to be that. The perfect genocide denialist always leads with this. You'll hear it from Lonerbox. You hear it from fucking Destiny. You hear it from Ethan Klein, all the way down. This is how you know you're hearing a genocide denialist every time. No one has criticized this government more than me. That's what you hear. I mean, no one has really criticized this government more than me. These people don't even know enough about this government to criticize them as well as I do. You'll hear that phrase every fucking time. You will hear their fans say it over and over and over again. And once you hear it, you can just like literally, okay, there it is. That's the dog whistle. That's it. No one criticizes this government as much as me, okay? I have been extremely critical of this government at times. I just think, and especially with my record of criticizing this government, that the April 22nd mass slaughter of children was more than likely not just justified, but a military necessity on par with toppling Nazi Germany. You know what I mean? It always leads into that. No one has criticized this government more than me. Which, first off, like, okay, do your criticisms suck? Do they care? No one has criticized this government like I do. No one criticizes him. I feel like if you listen to him, you would hear a lot more criticisms that you might actually agree with. Okay, yeah, I need the one that I'm concerned with, which is the constant sweeping for the child murderer that doesn't need to happen. You know what I mean? I have been very critical of Netanyahu, and then immediately the next clip you need to play is, yeah, they have tunnels under the hospitals. There's tunnels under every hospital. Every hospital is actually grown from a seed of pure Hamas terrorism. It's actually, the hospitals are like a fungal fruiting body over the top of anti-Semitism. Like literally, like you just actually go, if you find a Nazi challenge coin with a little swastika on it, you plant it anywhere in the ground in Palestine, Palestinians start springing from the earth like so many children of Cain. Clay and mud, flesh, blood and bone, swearing allegiance to Satan and Houthi terrorists in Saudi Arabia as well. And then when they sprint away from it, the hospital rises from the earth like a golem left to try to rend the world to pieces. fucking hospital. You just walk. If you just walk through Gaza at any time, you pick up a piece of stone. You say, "Goddamn Jews, what the hell did you do this for?" A whole hospital. Right. It's like, whoa! You're like, when that fucking lion head comes out of the sand in Aladdin, where they put they put the scarab beetle together, whoa, like that. It just comes up, whoa. Little fucking doctors and shit start scurrying out of it, trying to save all these fucking these animal Palestinians. And they're like, oh, thank God, the IDF just flies over and carpet bombs into this dust. Whoa, thank Jesus. Woo! God damn, we almost had anti-Semitism here for like 5 seconds. Fuck me. Yo, you doing the Hippocratic Oath on a fucking on a Palestinian? What's it like supporting terrorism? You won't know for long. God damn, dude. And that's what every fucking criticism of that sounds like. Nobody has criticized this government as much as I have, right? Well, first off, I think a lot of people have. I'm going to say a lot of people have. But that's what you hear it every time. He's got a lot of criticisms. He has been very hard on Netanyahu. Okay. And you know what I mean? Like, who was probably pretty hard on Hitler? Goebbels. Himmler probably had a lot to say about, you go back to the fucking Nazi fucking Holocaust. Talking about how, so the issues with Buchenwald could have been solved, I believe, in days. The trucks did not quite lead inside the way that we wanted to, and of course the smokestacks burned right over the top of the village. And I said to this again, Hitler, again and again, this is not the sort of efficiency that we are known for. And he blew me off. It was disgraceful. And of course, his insinuation that we should lower the age of recruitment so early in the war to allow the 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds to support the war effort from behind the lines was disgraceful. And you will not see very many people who are critical of Adolf Hitler as me. He did many things, I believe, that they were not very good. However, there are things he did well. And I believe we can all find a middle ground on this. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what you sound like to me when you make those fucking points. There's fucking some guy. Oh, yes, Herr Hitler. Oh, he is very disappointing. The new tax on the bread is very high. I was at Ratskeller the other day. The beer is low. They have no more Weissbier. Only dunkel. And it's nicht so gut. Aber erst okay, yeah, and has solved the problem with the unlikables, you know, the degenerates. They are gone from here, but I don't think so that he is doing a perfect job. I think that he could have done better, and maybe when the war is over, he maybe goes. Yeah, I think his treatment of certain other people, possibly very bad. I've seen gypsies be killed. This is disgraceful to me. They buried them right outside of my house. And I didn't like it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay. Nobody is as critical of Hitler as I am. There's people that have a lot to say about him, but they don't understand the situation. They haven't looked into it. They don't read the newspapers. They don't talk to the people on the ground the way that they need to be talked to, you know, man to man, mund to mund. And with this, we are left with not knowing what to really say. We do not have it. I keep on fucking losing it because it's turning French. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what you people sound like. Understand, all y'all. Fucking pro-Israel motherfuckers. I have a lot to say about Netanyahu. I have a lot to say. Okay. Good for you. It's a fucking genocide. You know what I mean? It's a genocide for the benefit of the Israeli people that the Israeli people are benefiting from. It makes jobs easier to get because it's a genocide. The war effort, yeah, it's probably a little bit hard for people here and there, but that's always a jobs creator. You got to make more bullets to kill them fucking Palestinians, you know what I mean? There's a lot of speculators that are buying up houses. You guys got all of a sudden, it's like the housing fucking costs in Israel, I'm going to guess, are probably going to plummet pretty quickly. You got a lot of land investment you can get involved in. There's a lot of future wealth potential for your kids. Like, it's actually fucking bonkers good for Israel to do the genocide that it did. By the way, also, so being like, look, before the night, stille Nacht, right? And it was disgraceful. There was a Jewish bakery, right? Brezel, the best. In the whole town, the burger was, they missed them like you wouldn't believe. But when they left, understand, the economic boom was incredible. There was many businesses that were left open, giving opportunity to true Germans for the first time to own their own business. And maybe they weren't all very good at it, but they had no houses to live in. They had no streets to park on. The parking was everywhere. You could park your Volkswagen wherever you wanted. And new business opportunities and new farms that were suddenly open, new farmland to buy, to trade. A lot of speculation for these houses that appeared empty all of a sudden. And it was a very great economic boom for a short time. That's what you got. Nobody talks about that. How fucking based is that shit? You know what's going up? You know what's skyrocketing? Price of fucking olives because they burn all them Palestinians' olive trees. You buy Israeli olive oil, you're buying it at a fucking non-competitive price. What happened? Why? What do you mean? When the Palestinians can't sell olive oil anymore, they burned olive trees, which is nuts because olive trees live for like thousands of years. And a fruiting olive tree is actually one of the most valuable types of property you can own on Earth, apparently. It is hereditary, multi-generational, past the point of human inheritance to the point of community inheritance wealth, and they burned it. Like literally salted the fields. That's crazy. Well, you know, they had a surplus. When the war was not yet on, and it was the 1920s, and we had the inflation because of the disgraceful contracts that the Chancellor signed with the Allies, and It was what it was. But there was too much competition with the Jewish dairy farmer. They made their cheese, and there was a lot of back and forth. And for a long time, for our farmers, it was hard for a German to make the money that they deserve as a German. That the competition between Germans was not respected, and there was interlopers. But then, after this moment happened, the market exploded, and we could sell milk at a price that we knew was fair. And that is an incredible achievement for us. It was not fair possibly to the others, but it was German milk. Made strong. German strong. You know what I mean? That's what you all fucking sound like. Oh, you bought Israeli olive oil? A lot of regional competition for that, huh? You're like, oh, dude, what is that? Like, oh, dude, this is very cheap. This is a very cheap olive oil, very fresh from Israel. Like, oh, cool. Hey, oh, shit. You got a little, what is this? A little blood on the bottle? Is there a little bit of blood on you? Okay, wipe that off. We're all wearing white shirts, but not anymore, right? Yeah, how many bottles of that? Oh, almost too much to sell. God damn, bro. Motherfucker. I'm not pro-Israel in the conflict, but Ethan is also not happy with what their government is doing to Gaza people. Okay, I don't. And who should be? What do you mean he's also not happy? Like, yeah, okay, cool. Well, you hit the minimum bar. So, look, what you need to understand is, when they start, I had my problems. There are many people that were in this country that were not like us, and they wanted to destroy us. There was terror attacks, the brown shirts, a Jewish mob of communists. They would engage in violence in the streets, in the Straße. And it was not very good for all of us. But I cannot say when they started to round up all the Juden that it was okay with me. I do not believe that the rounding up and then the killing and the camps I've heard of. Very bad. But you understand, I was very, very critical of it at the time. I was very critical of this action. I did not like it. Because who could, really, when you see, you know, the crying and the screaming and the blood and the massive graves were a little bit much. But I was always critical. I was always critical of the murders. Because it was the lowest bar I could find to step over because it was buried under the ground. Not quite as low as the people under the bar, but that is a different story. Fuck off, bro. What do you mean? Bro, you didn't like the genocide? Damn, okay, yeah, we go change the channel, right? Turn the TV off, turn the TV off. Oh my God. Tyler, this bit just reminded me that my conservative grandpa kept saying that Hitler had good ideas. He saved Germany over and over again while I was staying with him in Germany, bro. That's a classic. The trains actually did not run on time. They actually were late. They did not run any better with him. Oh my God. It's the whole point that you're talking about. What kind of response is that you're saying he's okay with the genocide? Look, what you're saying is, oh, what did you want me to do? Okay. Have you ever seen the Schutzstaffel? It's a very tall, dark uniform. Just get involved with this and say, oh no, you must stop, or to protest or use my platform. I did have a newspaper at the time. I did have a small newspaper. 1 million subscribers, you would say reasonable circulation. But I said at the time, bitteschön, please. No more in public with this. It is disgraceful. You must stop. I can't keep the fucking accents there. I fucking hate this guy. I hate that character. And I said this again and again and again, aber it did not seem to stick. But what would I have done? What would I have done more? I said I do not like the murders, but they continued to do them, and what would I have done? But I have said, now is the time to gather your strength and stop these monsters. No, this is not my place. I am an entertainer. An entertainer. I do not speak on these things. Except for when they affect me, of course. I would not like my reputation to be soiled by anyone suggesting that I was not against the genocide. Did I profit from it? Yes. Do the people that like the genocide like me? Yes. Because I am one of them. Because I am. And I do not like being associated with the genocide. Because, though I am German, what happened there was a matter of uniform. It was a matter of politic. Not a matter of, for me, newspaperman. It was not for me to insert myself into political action. This would be too much. To suggest, though, that I was in any way, shape, or form for this genocide is disgraceful. I'm starting to measure head, I swear to God. It's absolutely fucking insane. You gotta be like, nah, fuck them. And then they were saying like, oh damn, you're not even looking this shit up. You're washing the fence, man. There's a lot of fence washing going on. Talking about the fucking, I was seeing the people do a breakdown. The fucking person at ELO was like, oh no, he was a really good guy. It's like, he was the one that was fucking up the genocide by making it too obviously a genocide, so they fired him because he couldn't. He was like, fuck training, man, just shoot him. Look, I see a fuck Palestinian, I just shoot him. We're gonna get to that story. I just shoot him. I see a Palestinian, I shoot him. So fucking balls out. What are you doing? Man, I'll tell you what, listen, how we take it. This is how we're gonna do it, right? You got yourself a little hospital. I say, okay, I see it. I see your little hospital. What I'm going to do for you, I'm going to drop a bomb on it. No explosives. One time. You got until the count of whenever the fuck I feel like dropping that second one. I don't know how fast that M16 Tomcat goes, but he's on his way to you. That hospital is going to be good and gone, buddy. So you're going to have to get right on out there right now. Okay, it's your fucking ball. And you like, he was the good one. People were really mad that he was gone. Yeah, because you're bloodthirsty. When they got rid of Goebbels, this was too much for me. He was a moderating voice in the actions that were happening. And as a moderating voice, when he left the Chancellor's side, when Hitler had no longer access to such a mind, to such knowledge, I feel that the war effort was faltered. It was not so good. I just think Tyler's being really... I'm just saying what you're saying, but I'm putting a fucking German accent on it. It's just hard to hear what you're saying repeated by somebody that's inarguably on the side of the Nazis. It just sucks, right? When your talking points said with a German accent make you feel like you're kind of a fucking Nazi, then that might be an issue. Oh my God. I think Tyler's really inflexible when talking about this. Also, yeah, I'm pretty inflexible about the genocide. Yeah, actually, I'll take that. I really don't think you're willing to see my side on this. It is very strange that after all of this, you would stand there here in the halls of the Hague and say that it is time for me to be hung for my role in this. I believe that you are not seeing things from my side. I've needed a moderating voice to find this place between us two, so that we can talk about this as Mensch du. Aber no Jude, only the right sort. That's what you guys fucking sound like. I think that you are seeing these actions in the Buchenwald, this ghetto in Warsaw, as you call it, this area where we put people. We provided housing for them. They needed to leave because they were a negative influence. They could not be trusted. They were rapists. They were terrorists. They were not clean people. And so we put them where they needed to be, which was the Warsaw ghetto. Okay. It is what it is. But we provided Polizei for them. They had all of the food that they needed to eat. And when it was done, yes, possibly some things happened. But you're being completely inflexible about how to feel about this Warsaw ghetto. And your word ghetto, this is a word that they gave to themselves. We called this merely Unbürger, Judebürger. And Judebürger is fine, you know. But they want to call it a ghetto, and then you have your rap music these days, and you say, oh, the ghetto is where you put your unwanted, and where you put your undesirables, and where you put your disgusting and your dirty, wie sagen sie, Drecksauen, your Drecksauen. Und this was not this. This was ungute, gute Burger. The Judebürger. Very nice. In Warsaw. And now your movies in your place, they say it is bad, but you are being completely inflexible. I just spit. You must see this from a perspective of we needed to accomplish something and we did the best at the time. Like, are you fucking out of your goddamn mind? It was an equal to us at very much cost to build the walls. The Mauern, viel Geld. This was cost out of our pocket to build for them, to keep them from the worst aspects of their own personality, which boiled to the surface at any moment. And we kept them where they would be safe and observed as we declined their population and gave them back to their ancestral lands. Yeah. The suggestion that this was some sort of act of aggression on our part, when they could not live as human beings, they in their muck and their filth, the druck, all over, it was no good. And you stand there and you say to me, oh, you are bad. You are genocide. I do not agree with this. That's what it is. That's all of the talking points. All of the talking points sound exactly the same. You can hear the same shit at fucking Nuremberg. And for the fucking 40 years afterward, people try to go like, I don't think anyone would round somebody up and put them in a place just to kill them all. They would have killed them where they found them, right? Fucking bullshit ass, bro. God damn. I'm starting to think the DGG community that attached themselves to Ethan H3 have breached containment and made their way here. Usually on the right lines of race, I do this. They say other races being around is bad. I say other races being around is good. Yeah, man. Mix it up. Tyler, please keep speaking in the German accent the whole stream. Oh, my God. All you have to do is constantly sniffle your nose and sound like you're Slavoj Zizek. Oh my god. If you're a forward-facing figure and want to take actions politically, like saying your opinions, you better get your story lined up. Ethan can't cloak himself in the Israeli flag and only say it's the Israeli leaders who are steering the ship, who are the really nasty part. Ethan has lost the plot. I mean, yeah, you're supporting it from the bottom. You want to think Israeli hummus tastes like crab? The Turks have way better hummus. Who knows? I think all hummus tastes almost exactly the same. I have never had. If you buy hummus that's pre-made from a store, it's always going to be not good unless you buy it from a place that's like daily making their hummus. And then I can't tell. I get my shit from like Mediterranean places that are every flavor under the sun of Mediterranean. Hummus almost always tastes the same for me. There's one that's a standout, and it's the hummus that gets made, and it tastes like baba ganoush. And I don't like that kind. Whatever kind that is, that's like extra fucking wet, not my favorite. Topping from the bottom. But either way, we're entering the age of fucking. We're entering the age of like consistent decreases and declines in content quality that are like really exponential, and we're not seeing new creators kind of rise at the same rate, or at least I'm not in these spaces. Maybe there's younger people in a younger sphere that I don't have access to, but it feels like this subsection is too broad. The like people say DGG, but I don't think it's that. I think that there's a massive audience overlap that combines all of these things because everybody can talk about it. Sorry, give me a second. Where I think it's the like post Sargon of Akkad, literally the post Sargon of Akkad viewer sphere of all people that knew about Sargon of Akkad in like 2014, right? And it's that subsection because it includes like H3H3, the iDubbbz greater fucking cinematic universe, and DGG and VGG and Hasan Abi shit, and then like the pseudo right sphere of like the quartering and now like Asmongold that kind of got added into it, and Tim Pool. And then commentary, which is a little fucking like nugget of right-wing thought inside of it that does, organized, astroturfed, reactionary content. It is now splitting in half because eventually that has to happen when you do reactionary shit. And so like that gigantic chunk has an idea of how it wants stories presented. Because the winners for a while, and winner doesn't mean like you actually were right. It just means that like your community didn't decrease in size and you made money. The winners for the longest time were just like DGG debate frogs. You know what I mean? Like, and Vosh debate frogs that were just say whatever the fuck. And I think that's what we're actually seeing. So people are like, I think like this is DGG, this is this is that. No, I think it's just this big fucking creator sphere that exists here, but then like you talk to people that like look at other stuff on the internet, they have no idea what you're talking about at all. You're like, what do you mean? Literally, what even is that? Tyler, you seem very inflexible about indiscriminate pager booby traps and bombing orphanages. Have you considered that those children were all terrorists? I did, and I still don't think it's okay. Mr. Medicare, yeah. God, I still can't believe he's not dead. Thank God I found ContraPoints before I found Sargon. That's a crazy timeline because ContraPoints comes like 5, 6, 7, 8 years after him. Baked Alaska had to get and lose a career 3 times before fucking ContraPoints showed up. I found out Baked Alaska's not dead yet the other day. I saw him posting on X. I was like, holy shit. One of the first videos I ever made before I was like, YouTube's fucking lame. I made a video and then I just deleted it where I was just making fun of Baked Alaska for getting maced. I had a stupid as fuck delivery too. Baked Alaska. Get this man some milk. You guys remember that video? Get him some milk. Oh, I've been sprayed in the eyes with chemicals. That couldn't be mace. Nothing could hurt that bad. It must be because I'm white and I have extra sensitivity to pain. I've heard about this from the skull measuring studies. We made our first homemade batch of hummus this week. Never going back to the store. If you find a good like Middle Eastern store, they like make daily, and they'll have like a little clear plastic container with a fucking tape label on it. That shit cracks. But yeah, I would just not get store hummus. You can tell it's made funky. It's got all sorts of preservatives and shit, but hummus doesn't last that long. It's fucking raw protein. It's fucking chickpeas. You know what I mean? Get him some milk. He needs some milk. I need milk. Bro, dude. Oh my God. Okay. So we'll just go through this. This is at the end of this fucking thing. Addressing Ethan Klein's threats against his subreddit, this is the Foamy thing. After Ela Klein publicly claimed to have lost a business partnership due to her nationality, a post was made on this sub pointing out that it was more likely due to the controversial and bigoted content they have shared throughout the years. Linked to the original post, Ela Klein, who is a big fan of Yoav Gallant and whose husband liberally uses the N-word, is stunned to learn an artist doesn't want to be associated with her company. Yeah. Okay, so that's that thing. Ethan Klein, Ela's husband and podcast host, then decided to share that post and compared this subreddit to neo-Nazis for posting reasonable critiques of their bigoted content on his Instagram story, directing his 2 million followers, in addition to members of his subreddit, of which he and his wife are moderators, to brigade and harass this sub. After this false accusation of neo-Nazism, various members of this sub started posting Ethan Klein's history of using racial slurs, anti-Semitism, sexualizing victims of terrorist attacks, and more. Full list below. Since he has accused this of being a coordinated attack, it is important to note that multiple different users have made posts about him. Users who have various interests in posts on this and other subs for years. He seems to think that people sharing video evidence of his bigotry is an anti-Semitic attack coordinated across Discord and Reddit. Here are all of the posts that have been made about him since he claimed this sub was an indistinguishable from a neo-Nazi forum. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to click on it. Sexualizes. Oh, yeah. This shit's nasty. Ethan Klein sexualizes a Mox Boston Marathon bombing survivor in a deleted video. Fat, juicy, juvenile vagina. N-word, wants to fuck that shit. Then fantasizes about orally raping her. I watched that video. I saw it on a Bad Empanada stream. You got me. Bad Empanada's been talking about that content nuke for like 2 months or 2 weeks. My dad's still one of Sargon's strongest guzzlers. It's like a status multiplier for dementia. What in the fuck? I couldn't even finish the Boston bombing clip. It was Ethan really gross about a 17-year-old victim of the attack. Why does that age keep coming up? I keep hearing 17-year-old and the DGG pro. The pro-Israel, anti-Hasan, DGG commentary spheroid, whatever the hell that is. Whatever that gerrymandered district is. The age 17 comes up a striking amount of... Have you noticed that it just 17-year-olds keep coming up? Just like 17, like, you know, it's saying 17-year-olds again and again, the tip of pedophilia. Like, is that what that is? Because that's what it feels like. There's a clip I've got where someone says, oh, I said 17, but I didn't say 14. That's crazy. It's like, why is that different to you? Do you think it's not? No. Next question. Okay, all right. If you guys haven't heard this, I do have to play this. This is disgusting. I'll give you 2 seconds. Because it's shocking. I had never heard this before. This is actually like bears listening to for a second, okay?
Hey guys. Thanks for joining me on edgy material warning number 3. We've got some edgy material here, and watch your hands, because you're gonna get cut up on this one here, guys. You can scar me, but you can't stop me. Now that is interesting and very deep and poetic. But what's even more interesting is if we just go a couple pixels down, boom. That's some.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll down so you don't see it. See if I can. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn it off. So it'll be on my screen, but no one needs to see it, but you can hear him talk. Let's say you know.
Camel toe, girl. Yeah, nothing like making a political statement, like showing off that camel hoof, girl. Yeah, let me get down with that shit, boy. Could smell it from here. Shit.
There is, first off, that is not hyper visible. Like it's just it's a girl in running shorts. She's in them because her upper thigh areas and her right thigh especially, it seems, were badly injured and deeply scarred during the Boston Marathon bombing, right? And it's like rough. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty brutal scars. Nothing that a heavy night of fucking won't incur, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, ignoring the camel fucking that fat, juicy, juvenile vagina. Nigga wants to fuck that shit, boy. Yeah. Ignoring that. By the way, I didn't know if you guys saw, but you can see her vagina in this.
Oh my God. This is old as shit? Sure. But that's kind of the point, is like, Ethan wants to have his cake and eat it too because he's a rich kid. That's the point. He wants to have his cake and he wants to eat it too. This is an older video from the start of H3H3. But like, you can't make your millions off of edge fuck content like this and racist shit and slurs and all that stuff, and then go around and close the door behind you and say that other people can't say stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Trying to like call out everybody else for like, wow, your moment of impropriety is pretty fucking bonkers. But like, bro, that's his whole early career. That's like what was crazy. And it's not just a call out. It's like, I'm going to try to obliterate you guys underneath a lighter and more fictitious premise than the criticisms that I'm getting for this shit. That's a crazy video to make. Like that he's like in just his boxers and stuff. You know, I know like people made fucking edgy as fuck videos back in the day. And it is what it is, right? And if he's fucking retracted at this point, okay. But really the fucking thing is like, man, bro, you can't whine about all the harassment you're getting. And oh my God, these people are being mean to me because of the consequences of my own fucking actions. And you made your fucking nut off harassment of children. You made your nut off of slurs. You made your nut off of like platforming crazy ass shit and talking to fucking goofity fucking goofs. You know what I mean? And then turn around and the second that it gets fucking pointed at you, you're like, it's time to sue. Because I don't know if you understand this, but no matter how wealthy I am, well-connected, influential, and at literally no risk whatsoever of ever having to real face almost any consequences for my actions, you making fun of me and making some naughty photoshops makes me want to dox your fucking family. Like, God damn. All the way. Like, the true doxing. The good old school, old fashioned mega dox. I'm going to tell the internet who your mom is and where she lives. Like, fuck off, dude. That's incredible. And I'm going to sue you. Come clean now. Come clean for your memes about the things that are actually true about me. Like, it's fucking bonkers, man. He's just going all the way. He's going all the way. All the way. I'll say I know people who fucking whine about shit. Tyler, you said Sunday's first name. No, I didn't. No, you know I did. But like, it was, you know, this edgy shit, hyper edge. And you can say that there's a time for propriety, but like going around and fucking like the full Monty, your mom, your dad, I'm going to try to get your whole fucking family is awesome. Like, wow. Subreddit mods, like you're digging up, like I'm gonna get your IP addresses. Like I have not heard shit this fucking awesome since fucking Xbox. I hope it happens. I want to see, like, unironically, I'm not saying he should stop. I want him to go all the way. I want him to fucking rock and roll. I want to see how fucking heavy this explodes. Every time somebody has dropped something with the notable so far, the only person to like dodge has been Ryan Beard. So far, the only person to dodge has been Ryan Beard. But like the content nuke, I'm going to nuke somebody, has been the most monkey's paw of monkey paws for a year. And I think Ethan has actually lost his fucking mind. I know like his followers would be like, no, this is a joke. This was actually a very complicated Andy Kaufman-esque bit. Like, okay. We're doing fucking Tony whatever the fuck lounge singer shit now. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't in on the best joke ever told. My apologies. But like, dude, I think this is hilarious. I want it to go all the way. I want to see if he can take this all the way to hell. I want to see this burn. I've said forever that the old internet's over. And it's done. It's done. It's time to forget it. We're past that, and I want to see what sort of hellscape comes after it, because it's time to move on. It's like, you know, when you see one of those forest fires come, and you're like, damn, all the animals have to run, but like all the trees get to grow new and stuff, and like, damn, this forest needed to burn for a while. That's what is happening. Understand it. Like the internet has been stagnant and unchaotic really for a while. Like there's no new things happening. There's no crazy shit. Fuck it. I want to see what happens when Pandora's box is opened and the internet gets litigious. And then everybody realizes like, oh, fuck, you can actually sue somebody at the drop of a hat. Like, yeah, you should try it. And then they sue people, and then like it just spirals out of control. All of a sudden, we go from fucking like Discord messages to just raw as fuck, like people in suits reading like releases from indictments and stuff. I think it's for the best. I think actually all this shit needs to get ripped open. I think it's going to spring back on him and everybody that he's talking about, because it's been open season for a while. It's just like, I think people are taking the time to catch up. The whole like Dan Saltman sphere doing brigading and stuff because he feels like whatever, he made up reasons and some real ones, whatever the fuck. That is like carte blanche. You can do anything you want. Anything you want. Like, if anybody that ever is like, I don't know if I should brigade Dan Saltman, like, no, it's fine. Like, you can go at least as far as he did. He brigaded fucking Hasan over nothing. He made shit up. What are you talking about? They were just raw fucking lying. I still haven't seen the Dan Clancy is a fucking like raw a pedophile on video release. That was supposed to come out months ago. Where's the goddamn Dexerto article that was supposed to change the world? It's another content nuke that never happened. And I think it's going to be fucking bonkers, man. It's all going to be from the people that you would be like, they've been saying no one should do it for forever. It's going to be all right-wing guys. It is going to be a bunch of rich white capitalist types suing like fucking nuts for a while, and then people not giving a shit. But dude, the kind of stuff that's going to fucking open up, because once you open up a lawsuit, discovery goes both ways. You know what I mean? So there's going to be a bunch of people like, yeah, you better stop talking about me or da-da-da-da-da. It's like, all right, partner. You said you were on a slap leather. Like, well, no. You're supposed to be scared and then be quiet. Like, you said you want to slap leather. You calling me out. I'm here. Tell me when you're ready. No, you can't you can't depose me. I'm deposing you. No, I'm deposing you. I'm deposing you. like an Always Sunny sketch. It's going to be fucking awesome. People are going to realize how it's going to explode. I'm telling you right now, this is my prediction. This shit is going to detonate, and people don't even know what kind of stuff is like available to check out in Discovery and what like you can talk about. They're like, well, you got that in Discovery. You can't tell anyone. Like, yeah, I can't because it's a fucking public record of the court now. Like, what? No, that's my secret information. You can't tell people that. Like, no, it is. Oh, hey, by the way, you were talking to this guy and you sent him like $500, right? And then you gave him a file. Well, we need that file from him. So we're going to subpoena him for wherever that file is. And he's like, wait, wherever that file is. That file is on my special hard drive. Oh, is it? Well, don't worry. We're going to have our forensic hard drive specialist just double check your hard drive for that file that we need for this investigation. And then people are going to go like, wait a minute. There were reasons that the world worked the way it does outside of the internet, and actually we should have never stopped being anonymous and started making money on a fucking platform that collects our social security numbers. And then I'm going to go, yeah. Return to IRC, dude. Go back to anonymous. Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure Richard Lewis is distancing him from anything Destiny related with quickness. Yeah. Ethan was reposting Hasan thirst traps on Valentine's Day and raging out about him potentially having a girlfriend. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that shit. Oh my God. We went from the Wild West of the internet to the Gilded Age, and we're about to get that fucking Hoovervilles. Internet Hoovervilles is what I want to see. What is that going to look like? I'll finish this though. Ethan Klein has now gone live on YouTube and escalated this campaign by threatening multiple subreddits, including this one, saying he's being mass gaslighted. That he's never seen anyone in the history of the internet be harassed like this, and that Russian propagandists would blush at the hate campaign going against us. Dude, CWC out there just like, man, what the fuck me for? My chopped liver? Am I chopped liver? He also said that a lot of these people think that they're safe, but they will soon find out that they're not safe, and that he's preparing stuff and working behind the scenes, and for his followers to stand back and stand by because there's something in the works that I just can't wait for. What next, man? What? Content nuke the internet? Dude, please, God in heaven, please, all of the assembled angels, Saint Peter, I call on you, Jesus Christ, sitting at the right hand of our Father, Satan, if you're listening, please, for the love of God, let Ethan Klein release content nuke Reddit. It will be the best day of my life. I want to see all of commentary fucking just dick slapping themselves trying to fucking justify doing. I think Reddit's been anti-Semitic for a long time. It's been anti-Semitic for forever. Oh my god, bro. I think he legitimately hasn't even been harassed as bad as some of the people he brought on for being harassed. I think Humongous got it worse than him. Didn't Humongous lose his job back there in the fight? Humongous what? A humongous what? You remember that shit? Jesus Christ. I don't think my man's not even to Lindsay Ellis reviewing a fucking a Disney movie level yet. He just like, I have never been gaslit. I have never seen harassment like this. Like, bro, Lindsay Ellis took it harder than you have in a year over one day of reviewing Raya, a movie no one cares about or cared about at the time. I remember I was playing Borderlands when that fucking review, that the impact from that came out. I was just like, couldn't be me. 4 years later. God damn. Where was I? He also said, we'll get him, guys. We'll get him. You know me. I'll ruin my fucking life in the pursuit of getting these people. I can't wait. I can't wait to show you guys what we're working on. I kind of hope he wins, man. I'm not going to lie. I like the fucking energy there. He also said that now it's like a slur to be associated with his podcast. The threats are public on the latest video/stream on his YouTube channel if anyone wants to verify these claims. But please do not harass or make threats in the comments. It does not help anyone's cause, nor does it change anyone's mind. He and the users on his sub who have been brigading and harassing other subs have also falsely claimed that there are common mods across all these subs, despite there only being one new mod who begrudgingly mods Hasan Piker's sub. She is not a fan of him and has multiple criticisms of her and him in her comment history. And who was added as a moderator to this sub after users posted criticisms of Ethan Klein and his bigoted content. Examples of these old posts below. They have also encouraged harassment of this mod and mods on other subs, as well as users of all the subs he's mentioned in this video over the past few days, with multiple posts and comments on his subreddit, again, which he and his wife are mods for, that violate Reddit content policy, e.g. posting mods and other users' information, sharing posts from these subs, and encouraging users to brigade and harass other mods users. This is now likely to escalate given that on his most recent live stream, he has essentially sent his users to Reddit again to brigade these subs/mods. By personally identifying a specific moderator on his stream, Klein is engaging in behavior that has historically led to serious harassment. At this stage, this is no longer about subreddit moderation decisions. This has become a case of a major content creator weaponizing their platform to intimidate and harass individual users. He's ironically claiming there's a coordinated harassment campaign against him, when it's in fact his YouTube, Instagram, and Reddit followers who have been harassing people across subreddits for years and probably going beyond Reddit as well. Old posts made from 3 months to 2 years ago, far before our lovely mod who is now being targeted was added, and far before this random YouTuber/podcaster, we still don't know what his show is about, was on our radar. And all of this stuff. Oh, sharing fake screenshots of Ben Empanada that said it was posted on October 8th. A date at which Ben Empanada's ex-profile wasn't even on the platform since it was wrongly suspended at the time. I was listening to the goddamn fucking Ben Empanada pedo accusations, going back to that, and found out that's all from like, apparently from fucking Voshcord, and it was just like fabricated screenshots, and that's it. But that's like every time you bring up fucking Bemp, it's like, oh, he's a massive pedophile. He was arrested in Argentina, and then it's like, apparently he wasn't. He's not actually on the run from Australia. I wish he was. I don't know what to tell you. Having the same mods across subs is kind of bad, not gonna lie. I have no idea. I don't give a shit. I fucking raw dog Claire. I don't care. It'll be the nuke trifecta, Keemstar, Hasan, and the internet. The name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The Do Nothing trilogy. Oh my god. How is Noah doing? I have no idea. I'm generally done from what I understand. From watching Willie Mac's video, apparently he's doing the rounds anywhere that'll have him to try to Let me crawl up on this cross, please. I libeled so that nothing could happen. We can't speak for the other subs, but the term Zio that he mentions being associated with Nazism and white supremacy is actually banned from our sub and has been for a long time. So again, completely unfounded accusations. Anti-Semitism in general is also completely unacceptable. To be clear, the mods of this sub. This is how they build up. Okay, no more. Ethan has recently threatened to dox the H3 Snark subreddit users mod link here, due to which the subreddit has now gone on a break. We have avoided addressing this issue directly, other than setting up our Hive Protect bot to ban users who are brigading from his podcast subreddit. However, now that he's made formal threats and presumably will be making further threats toward us and to Reddit under false pretenses, we wanted to get this all out there. Well, there you go.
Hope you enjoyed your time on the Westside.